Every day we see horrific images from Syria which shock us. It dominates our everyday conversations. It's terrible to witness your country being destroyed in front of your eyes by airstrikes, shells and mortars. Children and adults are being brutally killed. There's no mercy. Every day we're seeing people being killed, injured, or trying to flee. I pray the war finishes so we can rebuild our country.
"25-year-old Rami Anis is one of almost 5 million people to have fled Syria in the past 5 years. Born in Aleppo, he's currently living with his family in Belgium, where he's slowly beginning to establish a renewed sense of home. For years, Rami's life was plagued by uncertainty and devoid of hope. But 2016 marked a shift in his fortunes as he was selected to represent the first ever Olympic Refugee Team in Rio. Rami is a swimmer. He was introduced to the sport at the age of 6 by his uncle, who was a former national champion. Back in Syria, Rami would regularly train at a pool in Aleppo before going home to study videos of swimmers like Michael Phelps.
Swimming is my life. Even on my days off, I used to go swimming in the sea. If I have a problem, I go swimming. If I'm upset, I go swimming. The sport is a way for me to overcome my worries and concerns.
Rami lived in Syria until the age of 20. He represented the country at the Aegean Games and couldn't envisage living anywhere but Aleppo. However, anti-government demonstrations in 2011 served as a catalyst for civil war, which has so far claimed the lives of over 250,000 people and seen a further 8 million displaced from their homes.
Life was beautiful there, and I hope one day we'll get back what we lost because of the war. I feel sad when I see what is happening in my country. Every day, people are being killed because of airstrikes. I've been away from Syria now for about 5 years, and I've almost forgotten everything about my friends at home. We used to be together all the time, but because of the war, we had to separate. And it's been difficult for me to accept that.
In 2011, Rami fled Aleppo carrying a bag containing nothing more than 2 T-shirts, 2 jackets and 2 pairs of trousers. He first sought asylum in Turkey. Then, together with his brother Mohammed, Rami made an epic journey across Europe to Belgium. They travelled on foot, on trains and buses, and by motorised dinghy that at one point broke down in the middle of the Aegean Sea. Other refugees have attempted similar journeys and not survived.
The journey took 10 days, and we crossed around 7 countries. It was tough, one of the hardest things I've done in my life. Some days, we couldn't sleep or eat. We had to cross borders at 3 in the morning, and sometimes we had to walk long distances. For me, the travelling stirs up bad memories. It was the toughest experience of my life. But since completing that journey, everything has worked out well.
The brothers settled in Eeklo in Belgium, where they've been joined by their father. On the day we filmed with the family, they found out that their mother had been granted a visa to join them in Belgium. Having experienced great hardship in their lives, the family are beginning to find some semblance of normality.
I'm happy that my family support me and are close by, rather than far away from each other. Most Syrian people have lost members of their families in the war, or they are scattered all over the world and they have little contact. So I'm thankful to God that I'm able to be with my family.
Although he's quite handy on the pool table, Rami's true talent lies in a different type of pool. And since settling in Belgium in 2015, he has taken up swimming again. He trains under the watchful eye of former Olympic swimmer Karine Verboen. Apart from passing on her swimming expertise, she has helped to manage Rami's finances and even assisted his family in finding accommodation. She believes in Rami's ability and has tried to lay the foundations that will help him realise his potential.
I think he'll go a long way in the sport. We consulted a physiologist who said that he has all the attributes needed to make it to the very top. I think he could be really good. As his coach, I have to make sure I get him mentally and physically prepared so he can reach the highest level. And obviously, that's quite a task.
In the lead-up to Rio, the president of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, outlined his plan to provide refugees with a home in the Olympic Village, together with all the athletes of the world. That sentiment certainly struck a chord with Rami, and the whole Olympic experience has made a lasting impact on him.
Participating in the Olympics was my life's ambition, and I achieved that. I have great memories of competing, but also of the Olympic Village, the opening ceremony, and being alongside some of the best athletes in the world. I swam in the same pool as some of the greatest swimmers there have ever been. Legends such as Michael Phelps, Ryan Lochte, and Chad Leclos. Those guys are my heroes.
Rami is now back to training full-time. He has his eyes set firmly on the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, where he believes that with a 4-year cycle of training behind him, he can challenge the best swimmers in the world. Alongside his ambitions in swimming, Rami remains passionate about his country's future and that of refugees around the world.
I really hope that the war will be over soon, and that I can represent Syria at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. I'd like all refugees to be able to go back to their homes. Everybody wants the chance to represent their own country, as there's nothing more prestigious than that. But I would also like to send a message to the whole world. Although there is war and we see killings every day, please don't give up. Continue to live your lives. You have the strength to rise above it. So don't give up. One day you will succeed.